Good morning, this is Jyotirmay, Department of Biology. So today I came with a new topic known transporting animals as well as plants. So in a previous topic we discussed about heart and blood vessels like arteries, veins and capillaries. So now in this class I am going to explain you briefly regarding capillaries, blood vessels. Got it? And also once again I will explain the function of working of heart. And next in this topic we also learn heartbeat and the remaining. Got it? So look at, generally arteries, they carry oxygenated blood from heart to body. I already told you. And they lie under our skin and are not seen easily. Generally, they are in red color. In which color they are? In red color. Generally, you see here, anywhere you find red color arteries here? So we can't. Why? What's the reason? Because they lie under the skin, deep under the skin, very deep inside. So that we can't find red arteries outside. Got it? And next, they have thick and elastic walls. Why they have thick and elastic walls? I will try to explain. So generally, this is the blood vessel. So generally, arteries have thick walls. What they have? Thick walls. Why they have thick walls? You know, generally arteries are connected to the heart. So from the heart, blood is pumped very forcibly. With a huge amount of blood is pumped. When blood is pumping forcibly, there is a full of pressure on artery. To get protected from the pressure, the walls have elastic and also are thick. They have thick walls. Got it? Due to the thickness, if heavy pressure is applied, even though nothing happened to the artery, and it is protected. Next, pulmonary artery is exception and carries deoxygenated blood. Where we have seen this pulmonary artery? Pulmonary artery which connects lung to heart. Am I right? Heart to lung. The pulmonary artery generally all arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to body parts. Am I right? But here the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. Is it clear? This is about artery. And next we look at about veins. Veins generally they carry deoxygenated blood from body parts to heart. And they are less deeper under skin, so can be seen easily. Now see here on your hand, or your knee area, or here you find the green color veins. Actually they are not in green color, they are in blue color. But when a reflection on that vein of a skin reflection, it appears in green color, and you can see they are very thin and also have thin walls. They have very thin walls because the blood should be passed from body parts to heart, right? So that not a big pressure is required. That's the reason they have thin walls. And they are less deep on the skin so that they can be seen easily. They have thin walls. Pulmonary vein is exception for these and carry oxygenated blood. Why pulmonary vein is exception? You know, generally veins carry deoxygenated blood. But pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Got it? Lungs to heart. So that the pulmonary vein is always exception from the veins. Next, capillaries. They exchange of substances between blood and blood cells. You know, blood cells like artery is connected and it is divided into smaller branches. The branches are nothing but called capillaries. And that branches are connected to each and every part of the body, nothing but to each and every cell. So whatever you are eating, food, air, water, whatever you are taking, the blood is carried by artery. That artery is divided into into small capillaries and connected to cell. So it brings that particles to cell. Again, after utilizing of oxygen, food, whatever it is may be, the waste material product will be returned back by vein. Again, that vein is again separated into different capillaries. I mean to separate small tubes are connected to cell. So from these vein small connected cells, again it carried by vein to heart. So mean artery, which is divided into small capillaries. Veins also divided into small capillaries. These capillaries are connected to where they are joining and associated. That area, capillaries are so small like threads. Those are generally called capillaries. Blood vessels are called capillaries. And they exchange of substances between blood and the blood cells. And every cell of the body is near a capillary. Am I right? Every blood cell contains capillary, whether of artery capillary or vein capillary. Next, they have extremely thin walls because so they are so thin, so small like thread. So that they have extremely thin walls automatically. And they connect arteries to veins. What they connect? Arteries and veins are connected by the capillaries. So this is about blood vessels. Okay, next I will tell you the chambers present in animals. You know, generally in a human and birds, 4-chambered heart present. In humans and birds, 4-chambered heart present. In amphibians, 3-chambered heart present. How many chambers? 3-chambered heart. When you look at fish, has 2-chambered heart. So by this way, different animals have different chambers of heart. Is it clear? So now we look at what is the working nature of the heart again. This is this is a class only for repetition. Okay? So look at. So now we look at working of the circulatory system. How circulatory system works. Just look. Generally, the capillaries of body. From the body cells, the capillaries are connected. From here, the blood is carried by main vein, and that is deoxygenated blood from here to right atrium. The blood is carried to right atrium. From right atrium, the blood goes to the right ventricle. From right ventricle to the blood goes to the lungs. And this carbon dioxide which is present in the lungs, the blood which is reached here, the carbon dioxide goes out and oxygen is mixed with it. And that oxygenated blood again from pulmonary vein, this oxygenated blood reaches to the left artery. From left atrium it reaches to left ventricle. From left ventricle again the blood goes from heart to the main artery to oxygenated blood to capillaries, again from capillaries to the body parts. Got it. So by this way, it's like a cycle. The blood always passes and pumps. So how a heart works? You know, this pumping of blood takes place by beating of the heart. Lub dub, lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. Contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation. This contraction and relaxation of heart is called one heartbeat. Got it. So what is heartbeat? How many times our heart beats? We look at that. So just copy the picture. If you don't have Lakshmi Singh book, just copy it. If you have Lakshmi Singh book, don't worry. So look at upper one heart, lungs, down one heart. So is it clear? So I'll explain, I'll come to the next one. So now look at heartbeat. What is heartbeat? So generally, one contraction contraction, one relaxation. One contraction and one relaxation. Like one contraction and relaxation of the heart is equal to called heartbeat. Generally, a healthy person, heart, how many times it beats? It beats for 1 minute 70 to 80 times. 70 to 80 times. One heart beats for 70 to 80 times. Got it? And generally, when a person is in relaxing, also it beats for 70 to 80 times. But when a person is doing exercise or dancing or doing something physical work, then what is the average heartbeat of a human? We look at now. After running, heartbeat for a minute is 100 times. How many times? 100 times. And after, while doing exercise, while doing heavy exercise, while doing heavy exercise, generally for minute, it goes for 150 to 180 times. 150 to 180 times. So by this way, the heartbeat increases and decreases in people as per their work. Because when you are doing heavy work, you require more oxygen. For that, more amount of oxygen needs to be supplied to body. For that, the heart pumps blood much. So heavy blood is pumped to the body so that heavy energy is produced so that we can do heavy exercise. So that automatically your heartbeat raises. Do you understand? So heartbeat is nothing but one contraction and relaxation of the heart is called one lub and one dub is equal to heartbeat. So it changes while doing exercise and when eating and when sleeping, it changes. But a normal healthy person's heartbeat generally is for 72 times. How many times? 72 times. So that if you go to the doctor, first of all, if you say a fever or something, doctor will check your heartbeat with an instrument called stethoscope. What is that instrument called? Stethoscope. It be like this, am I right? They put into their ears and they check our heartbeat, am I right? So this is the instrument called stethoscope. What is this instrument called? Stethoscope. The instrument which is used to measure the heartbeat, which is used to count heartbeat is called stethoscope. If you go to the doctor, first doctor will put the stethoscope and he checks our heartbeat. Along with that, he also keeps his finger here. This is towards left side or the right side and catches it. This is nothing but pulse rate. So here the pulse is connected to the artery. So how many times blood is pumped forcibly there? Here it beats for that many times. So generally pulse beat, heartbeat is same almost. So if 72 times our heart is beating, pulse also at most beats for 72 times. So that doctors sometimes our heartbeat is not proper, then they check our pulse rate. What is a pulse rate? So if pulse is okay, then sometimes it's okay. Because sometimes when we go for an, when we go for any sudden shock or something, heart sometimes gets contracted so that we may not feel the beat, but the pulse always continues. Got it? So by this way the heartbeat can be checked. Then generally and some people, those who are eating much fat, in their heart, the fat is stuck and they get heart stroke. Then in those people, the blood vessels or capillaries where the fat is deposited, their area, if can be possible to remove it, they try to, and insert a spring-like instrument in it. If not possible, that is called stunt. What is it called? Stunt. If they insert a stunt inside. If not possible, the whole area is fully filled with the fat, inside the veins are filled with the fat, they cut that vein and they take vein from our legs or hands and they join there and they attach. That is called bypass surgery. Got it? So bypass surgery guaranteed for 10 years. After 10 years, if there is any problem, need to look at it. But once there is a heart problem, need to do regular exercise and also need to take balanced diet and healthy diet. Understood? So this is about heartbeat and pulse. Then in a next class, we look at about what is excretion and other. And I'm so sorry, I forgot a small topic, I'll tell you. Now, here is a point. Generally, we know that in who the heart is present, the blood is pumped by the heart. But in some organisms, the blood is not pumped and they don't have heart also. Why they do not have heart in their body? You know, they don't have the heart in their body. The single reason, because they are unicellular maybe. Some of them are aquatic animals. They are also not made up of much organic systems. Then organ systems, then in their body, circulatory system we won't find, and in them we won't find blood also. And how their excretory material can be transferred, how the materials can be pumped in their body, just we look at now. Okay, so we look at now in some other organisms how circulation takes place, like hydra, amoeba, sponge. So in those organisms how circulation takes place.
Okay.
So these bodies are completely hollow, means they have the empty space in their body. For example, hydra, if you look at, the inside of the body has an empty space. It's a coelom body, hollow body. So that in these kind of organisms, and it also an aquatic animal. So when it lives in water, along with the water, it traps the food. And by the tentacles, I already told you in a previous. So with the help of tentacles, they trap food, and the trapped food sent into the hollow space, and they secrete some digestive juices and they digest it. Later, along with that water, that waste material also is sent back out of the body. Got it? Even sponge also same as usual. Sponge we find in water like this. So in these sponge generally, the food goes to their body because they also have the hollow space in their body. So the food goes inside along with the water, even oxygen, everything goes into its body, into this hollow space. When it goes into this hollow space, the food, oxygen, whatever it is may be, is utilized by the body. Later, the same way how the material came in, the same way the material goes out along with the water. Because they do not have any blood in their body, and as well as they don't have heart in their body for circulation and for excretion, for sending wastage to outside. And next, amoeba. Like amoeba, unicellular organisms. In these unicellular organisms, amoeba, sits inside of its body, like in cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, the chemical reaction takes place and whole wastage is sent out through the cell membrane to outside. Understand? So, in these kind of unicellular organisms, this hydra is not unicellular, it is multicellular, even sponge also, but they don't have any organ systems like circulation, got it, excretion. So, from their body, whatever they are entering into their body, the same in manner they also go out along with the water. Understood? So, by this way, the circulation takes place in these animals. So, I hope you understand what is circulation. So, in a circulatory system, we have heart, blood capillaries as well as blood, and heart pumps the blood through the blood vessels to different parts of the body, and it carries oxygen, food, water, and every material after using of the water, after using of the food, after using of oxygen, remaining left over the wastage material, everything sent out through the blood again. Got it? Blood back to the body. From that onwards, for example, if food is digested, after waste material sent out to the excretion. And next one, the carbon dioxide again sent back to the blood through the nose to outside. And when water, waste material and excessive water or the salts, everything is sent out to the urine. So, I already told you how feces is sent out through the anus. But I did not tell you how excretion takes place and purification takes place by kidneys. So, in the next further class, we look at what is excretion and how excretory system works, and also the transport system in a plants. Got it, students? So, I hope you enjoyed today. Bye. Thank you.